Hi there, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge Lilium 10 light pendant. This is going to be the 131165. There are other Lilium pendants as well. There's a really beautiful wall sconce that goes with this. You should definitely check it out. Let's get into the size of the fixture itself, and it's 19.4 inches high. The width left to right is coming in at 44.5, and the depth, that's coming in at 8.5. The overall height, that's the distance from the bottom of the fixture to the ceiling, is going to give you two different ranges. So the first one is going to be 25 to 90 inches from the ceiling to the bottom of the fixture, and that's going to be the standard. And the long, that one is going to come in at 25 to 140. If you need yours to be longer than 140 inches, drop me a quick email. Say you're looking at the 131165. Tell me what you're looking for your overall height. I can generally get you up to about 240 inches overall height if you need to go there. It's slope ceiling adaptable to 45 degrees already, so you're good to go there. The canopy up in the ceiling, 8.5 inches in width, actually depth, and then 44.5 inches left to right, and that's your length on that. It's about that thick. It's going to be holding a driver. It's going to also be holding a transformer, and that's going to transform your line voltage in your building or your house into low voltage that safely goes through those cables down to the LEDs below. I want to show you a little bit more information about this. How we're going to do it is to look at the installations instructions now. So if you're on the page for this on Handmade in Vermont, look over on that side of the screen. Midway down, you're going to see a link. It's going to say click here for installations instructions PDF. So check that out. Open it up. You're going to see a full parts list. You're going to see really good detailed line drawings of that ceiling canopy, including the inside of it and how it goes onto your junction box. This is only 26 pounds. It's not dramatically heavy. It's going to hang from your box, and also there's other places where you're going to attach it to your ceiling. You're also going to notice that canopy up there. There's different finishes you're going to have going on here. So let's start off with the fixture down below. So you're going to have your cables coming down. They're going to be kind of a dull steel gray. The part on the bottom that's holding your glass is the fixture body for each of these, and you have 10 of them. That's going to be in the pull down menu. It says choose your finish. The face plate on that canopy, that's the bottom part that's facing down, is also going to be in that same choose your finish that you just did a second ago. So those are the two things that are going to be in that. The can of the canopy, that is the flat part that kind of goes around and touches the ceiling itself, is always going to be in black. And then those cables are going to be pushed into what are called grippers. And grippers are always going to be kind of a polished chrome. So you've got a lot going on here. It's good for you to know all those little details. The glass is pretty special too. So that glass is going to be a tube of glass. It's frosted on the top and it slowly fades to clear. It's a really beautiful handmade glass that Hubbardton Forge does. They do not skimp on anything. So during your installation, you can kind of make all kinds of cool designs with these lights because you've got 10 of them. You could have them all going across at the same level. You could have a V coming down like you've seen in some of the images. You could stagger them in all kinds of different ways. That's all going to be up to you. You're going to notice later on, once you get them to where you want them to be, you're going to be cutting those little cables at the very top in that canopy. So you're good to go. Just make sure everything is exactly where you want it to be before you cut any of those power cables. Okay? Let's get into what you can get out of this as far as lamping goes and lighting goes. This is going to produce quite a bit of light because don't forget you have 10 of these down below. So it's going to be using a G4 socket. That's a tiny little socket and a tiny little G4 bulb. And the bulb is called a T5, and that really just means a tubular bulb in the world of LEDs. It looks a little bit like a little tiny corn cob. It has two little prongs coming out of it. Totally easy to get. You can get them on any light bulb website. You might be able to pick them up at Home Depot or Lowe's or Ace Hardware, those kind of places, but we generally get this bulb on Amazon just because it's so easy. You would do a search for a G4 T5 4-watt LED, and then a whole bunch of things are going to pop up for you to look at. So, some of those things are going to be the fact that this is going to be a dimmable fixture. So on our side, it's dimmable. Make sure you get a dimmable version of that bulb. I think that's pretty important. The 4-watt LEDs are about the equivalent of a 40-watt halogen, so keep that in mind too, because that's going to be adding up like we talked about before. And if you are in a quandary and you just can't find them out there, you can always go back to Hubbardton Forge's website, go to this fixture, click on the lamping tab, and on the bottom they actually have a link to Emery Allen's version of that light bulb. And that's the one that they like to use too. Those bulbs are going to be offered to you in all kinds of different ways. They're going to be offered to you in 2700 Kelvin. That's going to be a super yellow light like a setting sun. They're going to offer these bulbs to you in something called daylight. Daylight sounds like it should be a warm light, but it is not a warm light. That is going to be a bluish white light like an overcast day or a convenience store. That's 4,000 Kelvin on that Kelvin scale. What we use in our showroom is going to be warm white, soft white. The light coming down on this table is warm white, soft white. That's 3,000 Kelvin. That's what we like to use here. It's a little bit middle of the road, still very warm, feels like an incandescent bulb, but not too yellow. But it's always up to you what you want to use. If you want to see what this is going to look like in your building, in your house, drop us a quick email with a picture of your project and say, I'm looking at the 131165, this is my dining room table. Take the picture from the side so we can get a good view of it and the ceiling. We can use our very powerful AI tools and take this fixture and put it into that picture, send it right back to you, full color. It looks great. It's amazing how these things come out. And it doesn't cost you a thing. It's definitely something you should take advantage of. Let's get into metal finishes now. If you are on the HandmadeInVermont.com website, look over in the red tabs with the pictures in them over there. You're going to see a Finishes Help Guide tab. Open that up for me. It's going to be a video there of me talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardton Forge finishes, how they can look on different types of forging. I'm going to be referencing a chart just down below. So scroll down a little bit. You're going to see a chart. You can click on that chart. So you can click on dark smoke. You can click on soft gold. Doesn't matter. Big page will pop up showing lots of different things in that finish. You can go back to the chart and you'll notice there's letters A's on them, letter B's on some of those things, and that's going to be showing you this range of variants that you can expect to see on different translucent finishes, but I'll talk about all of that in the video, okay? Okay, showroom. Our showroom in Vermont has over 400 Hubbardton Forge fixtures. This is the biggest showroom in the world of Hubbardton Forge. No other showroom is like this. Hubbardton Forge doesn't even have their own showroom. They use this one. What's on display? We have a great tab on that. In those same red tabs, you're going to see a What's on Display page. So open that up. It's going to show you everything we have on display, and including which finish, which shade, all of those things, and what kind of glass it's on there. We're open every day except Sunday, 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We also have an amazing clearance center. Clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's returns, discontinued stuff, showroom samples. You have to come here to use it. Can't call us or email us about it, but it's definitely worth coming in to look at if you're in Vermont. Plus you want to use the showroom anyway because there's just so much great stuff here to see. Our number in Vermont, 802-446-2400. You can email us 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Love to answer emails, and it's sales@HandmadeInVermont.com. So when you order from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is going to be free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. No tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont. And we're the only dealer with 90-day returns, no restocking fee. Nobody else does that. Some larger items are going to be non-returnable. It's going to be really important that you are looking at the fixture on that page and kind of scroll down under the description. It'll tell you if that is the case. And that's usually for really big, giant, huge fixtures, mostly that go out on pallets. Okay, that's it. Rush program. Let's talk about that. So rush program, Hubbardton Forge generally takes about 3 to 4 weeks to go out the door. That's production time before your transit time. You always have to add that on too. We offer a rush program that takes you from that 3 to 4 weeks down to a little under 2 weeks. It's a very small addition per line item. So if you have like 1, 2, 3 items, like let's say 3 or 4 outdoor sconces, and they're all the same size and they're all the same finish, that's one line item. So it's very inexpensive to rush those kind of things. Don't be afraid to email us and ask about that. Okay, so that's really it. If you guys have any other questions, let us know. We would love to see you in our showroom sometime. And thanks for stopping in.